time. It's been kind of challenging at the moment. I've been really busy coaching with clients, and it's also not easy today to find public places where I can get a live stream going. A lot of the businesses have changed from a few years ago when I was doing the live stream, so hopefully we can get this done successfully today. So appreciate all you guys coming on. I know a lot of people will watch these streams later on. This live stream is about how to overcome social anxiety for men. Those of you that are new to the channel, my name's Jonathan, I'm a confidence coach. I've been coaching in this area now for almost 11 years. I really enjoy it, I love it. I always say, despite it being really challenging, I'm really passionate about it. But you know, everybody's job is challenging. Some people don't realize that even when you do what you love, it's still challenging. There's still challenges, you know, working with people, dealing with finances, accounting, running a business, marketing, anyway. So I want to explain not just an idea, but something that works in reality. And it's the concept of committing to something for 1 year. In this case, we're talking about social anxiety. So the reason why I learned this was because, let me just get this coffee, make sure it kicks in. I've just come back from the gym. I need a few minutes to warm up. So we'll get some questions in today as well. We'll see if we can get stream going. Let me know where you're coming from. I just want to make sure the chat is working. So basically, I used to have social anxiety as well, like my clients, before I started teaching. This is a long time ago, in my 20s. I couldn't come to public places. I couldn't really come out of my house during that time for all the reasons. For the obvious reasons. Someone who's got social anxiety is nervous, fear of being judged, mostly fear of getting awkward in social situations. So anyway, after many years of struggling and suffering with social anxiety, I got really depressed. I isolated myself, and it was just sad because I wasn't able to do the things that I wanted to do. I always wanted to go to the gym and get in shape. I wanted to do weightlifting, and I wanted to do boxing. I wanted to have an amateur boxing fight. I wanted to make money. I wanted to do a job that I enjoyed. Because up until that point, jobs were always kind of hit and miss for me. I was always having to do jobs because I had to do it for the money, had to, pay rent, or it came up and I didn't really enjoy the job. And the frustrating thing is when I did find a job that I quite enjoyed, I couldn't really fully commit to it because of my anxiety. I couldn't really connect with people. I was, just quiet all the time. So life was difficult with anxiety. I also wanted to get a girlfriend, and the social anxiety always held me back. Because as a lot of you know, and my clients know, if you're at the earlier stages of dealing with social anxiety, you're very sensitive with rejection. And yes, you're very vulnerable, and you care too much about what people think. So there was that as well. So it was holding me back in every area of my life, which is why I've evolved my coaching and been, confidence coaching my clients now in all areas of life. Not just with dating and relationships, which was the first area that I started out. For those of you that don't know, a lot of you do know that. Now I've been doing business coaching. One of my clients, Phil, got his fourth sale in his business yesterday. I put a little clip of our coaching session on YouTube. You can check it out. Phil's doing my 1 year program, and he's a few months in, and he's overcome his social anxiety. Now he's coaching people, men and women, doing events, making money, doing what he loves, going on dates, changed his life, public speaking, etc. So basically, to get to the point, I dedicated 1 year to improving my confidence and my social anxiety. It took me a little bit longer. It took me about 18 months, right? Because I didn't have a coach like my clients have got now in person, meeting me every week, helping me, supporting me. I mean, I had some coaches, but they were online. They were virtual coaches like Les Brown. So it took me a bit longer. But if you've got my help, if you've got me coaching you, you can overcome social anxiety in a year. It's also making you understand the mentality, the life coaching approach, the confidence coaching approach that I teach to commitment. Why do you guys think that I upload videos every day? Like, not one video, multiple videos. I put my boxing videos up. I do clips on my phone. I do the professional videos on my rooftop, motivating people on how to overcome social anxiety, how to improve their life, how to get fit, because I know the value of commitment, of being consistent. Commitment means all those things. Commitment means making no excuses. Within commitment, it takes a lot of courage to be honest and say, I've got insecurities, I have this fear, it's really getting me down, I want to overcome it. That is a real strength. And then it's actually about the socializing, taking the action. Because if you just say, I'm committed to overcoming my social anxiety, and I'm going to dedicate 1 year of my life because it means so much to me, so I can spend, the remaining years of my life happy and confident, and for the most part, anxiety free. So that's kind of like, I'm going to take my time, because I know that through 11 years of coaching, it takes time for people to understand things that they learn, and it takes even a bit more time to apply it. That's the biggest challenge I've got as a coach. In person, it's pretty easy, but it's challenging on the live streams, trying to explain something without overcomplicating it for people, but then without also simplifying it to the point where it just goes over people's head and they don't get excited about it. I'm really trying to get you guys excited about dedicating 1 year to your life and overcoming your social anxiety and achieving what I've done with many of my clients, that sort of freedom, that sort of confidence. And I think what happens to a lot of people, and I learned this through coaching sessions, meeting people emailing me, almost 11 years teaching, I really understand people a lot better now, and understanding myself, is people have got a real difficult relationship with time because of the impatience in people, the instant gratification. So when people hear a year, depends on who they are. Like my client Phil and my other client Adam, they're super committed. So they were like, oh yeah, I want to do your 1 year program. How do I sign up? But most people hear 1 year and they go, oh no, 1 year, that's going to take too long, I can't do that. But what they don't realize is, think of it like this. If you've got social anxiety at the moment and it's holding you back in your financial life, your relationship life, your health and fitness, your friendships, family, traveling, your career, if you're stuck at the moment and you're isolated and you don't really have much going on in your life, if you don't commit a year to changing that, then you could be spending the next 30 to 40, 50 years in that same position. So the way I see it is, wouldn't you trade in 1 year of your life to then spend the next 30, 40 years happy? Think about it. Have a think about that. People don't really understand investing. They don't understand investing in a mentor or a program and in themselves. And when I look back on my life, I say it was the best investment I ever made, because most people that come to me that take my programs, they've already wasted between, I would say on average, I don't have the exact statistics, but going on, giving you a ballpark figure, they've wasted around, I would say, between 2 to 10 years doing nothing. And I understand that, right? It's not a criticism or a judgment, we're just pointing out facts. I want to help more of you. And I done the same. And one of my mentors, Les Brown, done the same. He said he wasted 15 years. So they've already wasted 2 to 10 years not doing anything about the problem, because at the time they were in a negative mindset and they couldn't change the way that they thought about themselves, about confidence, about their happiness, and the fear beat them. The fear got them stuck, the fear of being awkward. So if they could go back in time and just put a year in to doing my mentorship, or if you can do it on your own, brilliant, and I'll give you the tools to do that, but most people won't. If they put in 1 year, they wouldn't have wasted 8 or 9 years or 2 years, because they would have put that committed, focused year into going out, setting goals and facing their social anxiety. Basically practicing socializing for 1 year. But what most people do with social anxiety, they do the opposite. They don't practice socializing with people. They hide, they avoid social situations. And I know people do it because I used to do that. And that's what kept me stuck. So I'm really trying to save a lot of you time so that you don't waste time doing nothing about it, because the problem is not going to go away on its own. It won't just go away by you watching videos. It especially won't go away by reading books. It is a problem which requires a practical solution, and that's socializing. And that's why it's so valuable to have a coach. So on my 1-year program, I help my clients to consistently socialize in all the different platforms where they want to be successful. So most of my clients want to be successful going to the gym. I build the program, the accountability, so they get in the gym and they get in shape. They also want to make friends. So I help them to socialize. I teach them the social skills. I build their confidence up so they can build good friendships. And they also want to, not all my clients, some of my clients want to get a relationship. They want to get a girlfriend. And social anxiety is holding them back. So I help them to build up their confidence and get that relationship. And some of my clients want to start their own business, like my client Phil, and I help them to build a business, teach them entrepreneurial skills, and obviously how to get past social anxiety. Because if you want to run a business, unless you want to do it all virtual online, you've got to practice. You've got to get comfortable with people. You've got to get more confident. You've got to meet people if you're going to help people. And that's a good thing. It's changing the mindset from seeing social interaction as negative to actually seeing it as a positive, which is once you start practicing talking to people, you get more confident, and then you can be confident in all social situations. But as I said, it's committing to 1 year. And the way that I coach people is with the organic approach, where you work on all areas of your life on the 1 year program. Because obviously, to live a happy life, there are certain ingredients that we need. Obviously, we need the gym, we need to exercise, some form of regular exercise. Obviously, we need friendships. You don't have to, I'm not saying you've got to have loads, but you need some friendships. You need a relationship with your family. And you also need, obviously, to make a living and career. So I break the 1 year program up into the areas of business, career, or your purpose, family, relationships, friendships, and then obviously in your dating life, and going to the gym, getting all those different areas of your life, confident and successful. And that takes work, that takes commitment. But if you commit to something to 1 year, basically you get really good at it. So the same approach that I teach my clients with overcoming social anxiety is the same approach that I teach with building a business. It's committing to something, because when you give yourself that time frame of 1 year, you put the work in, and if you put the work in, you're going to get the result. So that's the idea. And there's also, as I said, there's a psychology behind that. The psychology where most people are at, where they think, oh, it's too long, I don't want to put a year in. They fail in life, they don't get the results, they're lazy, they make excuses, and then they stay unsuccessful for potentially the rest of their life, for the next 20, 30 years. But the mindset of someone that commits to 1 year, it completely changes your confidence. Think about it. Do it now. Do the exercise now. Think about something that you want to achieve in your life, and then think about the prospect of think about doing something for 1 year. Imagine if you went to the gym for 1 year consistently, how your body would look. Then imagine how your body would look if you didn't go to the gym for 1 year. It's not going to be great. You're not going to be in great shape. Imagine how your diet would be if you stopped eating junk food and takeaways and too much sugar, and you ate healthy for 1 year. Your whole life would change. So that's what I teach on the 1 year program, and that is the principle behind spending 1 year to consistently socializing in all different platforms. As I said, obviously that's the great thing about social interaction. You can be creative. You can socialize with family. You can socialize with friends. You can practice, like if I'm in a hotel now and I get a coffee, I practice having a conversation. I'll be social. Wherever you are, you can use those opportunities to talk to people. And the mistake that most people make with social anxiety is they avoid social interaction. Yeah, I do coaching for that. I do business coaching for what you just said. I do coaching for that. I don't know if you saw But my client Philip got his 4th sale in his business. I did post it on YouTube, a clip. So if you're interested in business coaching, then send me an email and then I'll get back to you. Appreciate that, thank you. So yeah, I would say it's so important. Like I said, if you don't dedicate a year now, time goes by so quick, and then you'll be stuck. So it's a mentality, and all successful people, they all have this mentality that I teach, that I have. That's how they got there. And unfortunately, all unsuccessful people have got the negative mentality where it's instant gratification. So of course you've got to be patient. If you want to achieve success, you have to learn to be patient, because it's not going to come quick. Not real genuine success that's going to last. It's going to take time. But as I said, if you focused and you set a goal and you say, right, in 1 year's time, I'm going to overcome my social anxiety, and I'm going to be the person I want to be and have the confidence and live the life I want, the time will start going quick. Because that saying, time flies when you're having fun. I did a coaching session yesterday with my client Phil, who's doing the 1-year program. Do you know how quick the 2 hours went, guys? I'm not joking. I meet him at the station. We went for a walk. We went to a coffee shop. He started talking. All of a sudden, we started the session at 2, it was 10 to 4. The time just flew like that. And the reason why the time flew is because we were having fun, we enjoyed the session, we were present, and obviously we built that relationship, and the time it went like nothing. But when you're depressed, when you're upset and angry, notice how slow time goes. It's a bit like when you're doing a job and you don't enjoy it, and you're looking at the clock and it's like a minute feels like an hour. But when you're doing what you love, an hour feels like a minute. So it's changing your psychology, or the way that you think around time. Instead of saying, oh, 1 year is too long, that's going to take too long, I can't wait 1 year. No, if you got that mentality, then you're going to be stuck for the next 10 years in your life. Also as well, what happens over a year period, when you start making progress, the whole emotional feelings and responses around time change, because listen, if you was enjoying something, you wouldn't care that it was going to be 1 year, because you enjoy it. You actually don't want the time to end. But if you're begrudging something and you don't enjoy it, then you don't want to do it. So of course, the next question that we're coming to is, how do I change my relationship with overcoming my social anxiety in 1 year? How do I enjoy it? And of course you can do it. You can definitely do it. I've done it. I teach my clients how to do it. And I would say it happens through momentum. The more momentum you build, the more progress. That's the answer. Progress. Write that down, guys, right? And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, because I'm going to start handing out fines, right? Coming by, getting value, not subscribing. I'm just kidding. So the more you socialize, at first, it's really difficult. It's uncomfortable. It's nerve-wracking. It's not pleasant. It's not fun. I'm going to be honest with you. It wasn't fun for me. It's not fun for my clients, because you're at the early stages. It's always hard at the start of anything you learn new. Any new thing that you learn, you're going to suck. We all do. Get used to it. But a month in, sometimes for my clients, 6 weeks in, it starts to get easier. You start to feel different about it, because you get more confident. And then when you get more confident, you become happy with yourself, you're happy with the process, and then you're more determined with going forward and achieving that goal. Does that make sense? I appreciate you subscribing. It's definitely a marathon and not a sprint. That's it. That's definitely true. Let me share this on Facebook. We get more people on. So that was my goal today. It was to really change people's thinking, even their emotional state, with regards to, something taking a year to achieve. In this case, we're talking about social anxiety. We could flip it around because it's the same thing. It's how to become confident, a confident person in 1 year. You can do that with my help. You can also do it on your own if you follow the advice on the channel and you really commit to facing your fears. So let me go through the things in the program that I teach, and you can write these down and apply them now for free. This is my 1 year paid program. So first of all, before we get started, we start off with goal setting. That's my confidence coaching approach. So I ask my clients, what is your specific goal on the 1 year program? What do you want me to help you to achieve? I mean, my job is to get my clients confident in 1 year, right? That is the agreement. That's what they're paying me for, and that's the time. But within getting them confident, they want to build the confidence so they can achieve specific goals that are specific to them, because every client's got different goals. So my client Phil, his goal was he wanted to go on at least one date within 1 year. He wanted to go on a date and then eventually get the right relationship. His other goal was he wanted to start his own business. He just graduated from university and he wanted to be his own boss and he wanted to coach people. That was another major goal that he had within the 1 year program with me. So it was to go on a date, set his own business up, and then his third goal was he wanted to be more confident with people, with his family, because he had his job at the time and he was at uni. He wanted to be more confident at uni and at work, and then he wanted to, he just wanted to be more confident socially in all areas of life. So they're the goals that I helped him to achieve, and he's already achieved all those goals even before the year, and obviously now it's maintaining and continuing to build. So your goals are really important because, as I said, social anxiety is a big area, and everyone I speak to some have got similar goals. So some of my clients don't have a goal to get a relationship with a woman because they've already got a relationship, but their goal is they want to overcome social anxiety in their relationships with people. So you need to be clear on what your goal is, because if you don't know what your goal is, then you don't know what you're aiming for. It really does help. Unless you just said to me, well, I haven't got a specific goal, but I just want to get over social anxiety and be confident. Oh, great, that is quite a clear goal, right? So does that make sense? You need clarity, and that's all part of commitment. So it's like, okay, I'm going to commit to 1 year to overcoming my social anxiety, and I'm going to give myself goals that I want to achieve. And you can break those goals down. Some of my clients like to be very meticulous and say, well, my goal is I want to make one friend, I want to quit my job, set my own business up. Some of the clients I work with, they've got businesses already, but they want to improve their businesses. They want to make more money in their business. They want to give a better impact to their clients, and I help them to do that with my confidence coaching. Once you set the goals, then you need accountability, because obviously anybody can set a goal, but how many people do you know? Be honest. Can you be honest with yourself? Can you commit to those goals? So if you say, I've set a goal, so I've given myself 1 year to overcome social anxiety and to be more confident with people, then within that I've set myself a goal to start my own business, lose 20 pounds in the gym, and be more social with my family and my friends. Can you commit to that? You've said you're going to do that. You've made a promise. You've wrote the goal down on paper or in your phone, or you've set the goal with your confidence coach, your accountability. Now are you going to put the work in? Because that is the most important thing. The mindset's important. The accountability and the goal setting, writing it down, having it on a sheet of paper or on your phone or on a video call. Now you've got to put the work in, because getting the mindset positive, very important. Establishing what your goals are, as I said, because your goals are not going to be the same as one of my clients' goals. And you guys can let me know if you want what your goals are. Some of you said it are right now. You can let me know in the box below. I will watch the stream back later on because I'm improving the quality of my service and seeing the questions. So it is good to set goals, because goals give you a sense of self-esteem, and they give you a direction, they give you a map towards achieving the things that you want, and they build confidence. Does that make sense? So my 1 year program is a whole confidence building development, a whole process around building confidence in all aspects of life, not just one area like, relationships with women. No, all areas, in business, in career, with family, with friends. My clients report back to me and they tell me that since I've been working with you, I'm getting on better with people. My family, I'm more patient with people. People are not triggering me as often. My relationships are stronger. The quality of the connections that I'm having with people are better. And I don't want to sound arrogant, but I know that because I'm extremely confident with what I teach. I know it works because it worked for me and it's worked for thousands of my clients. And it's, a combination of my own experiences, my own teachings, what I've learned from mentors and being around good people. And I've also learned a lot from being around good clients. You just learn from socializing with so many people. Like I said before, you're not going to get the same confidence and social skills, and you're not going to learn as much from reading books versus real life, talking to people, especially in this area. So if anyone's interested in taking my 1-year program, I just want to make a point of saying, I don't work with everyone and anyone. Not everyone is coachable, unfortunately. I only work with people that are committed, they've got good values, they've got a good attitude, they're honest, they're going to show up every week, and we're going to have a great working relationship. If you want to apply for the program, send me an email. My email address is below this live stream and all my videos, and I'll get back to you in 48 hours. We'll schedule a Zoom consultation, and then I can make a decision and you can make a decision if we can work together. And I need to ask you a few questions, like I've said on the live stream. Within the 1 year, what are your goals? Obviously, we know the main goal is you're hiring me, you're doing my program because you want to overcome social anxiety, which is brilliant. But what are your specific goals? Is it to get a relationship? Is it to make friends? Is it to start a business? Is it to do public speaking? Is it to travel? Is it a combination of all those things? Brilliant. If it's a combination of all those things, it's even better. It's even more fun. It's a great challenge. Or is it specific? Is it that I want to overcome my social anxiety because I want to travel the world, or I want to become an entrepreneur and and make a positive impact on the world and earn money at the same time? Or it could be a case where you say, I'm stuck in a rut, I can't come out of my house. I would just be grateful and happy if the coaching could get me to a point where I have a social life, where I'm going gym, I'm meeting friends, I'm seeing family, I've got a passion in my life. It's having a life, basically. It's having a healthy, functional life. I think the coffee's kicking in now. So as I said, it's really committing, and the more you commit to something, the more time goes quick. But if you're sort of like a lot of people are, if you're undecided, you're 1 foot in with regards to doing the coaching, or putting 1 year in and you're 1 foot out, you can't achieve success like that. That actually creates a lot of stress and anxiety, because you're either you're in or you're out. If you've got 1 foot in the boxing ring and you've got another foot that wants to come out, you can't achieve anything. And it's the same with anything in life. So that's what my client Phil has realized, and many of my clients, that they learn so much from doing my coaching, because it teaches you about social skills, life skills, entrepreneurial skills, business skills, relationship skills, discipline, accountability, goal setting, mindset, positivity, having a better attitude, dealing with challenges, dealing with relationships. So many lessons, and the most important one, how to control fear and anxiety. Because as Mr. Teddy Atlas says, we all have fear. Some of us lie about it, which is fine. If people want to lie, that's their choice. Some of us are honest about it. I choose to be honest, and so do my clients, because I want to have the best life I can. I'm not ashamed of something that everybody has. If you use fear, you can create a great life with it. If you let fear use you, it can ruin your life. Okay, that's a great goal. Okay, so that's your goal. That's a great goal. Your goal is to build a successful coaching business to help men earn 5K a month and help support your family. That's brilliant. You can achieve that if you commit to it. The next question is, how committed are you to put in the work in? Because like I said earlier, and this is not just to you, this is to everyone, saying what you want to achieve is a good start, but it's not enough. Because if you don't put the action in, then nothing's going to change, right? So well done for being clear. It does take courage. You have to face a certain level of fear to announce what your goals are, so well done. But you need a lot more work to make it happen, right? Now, what I do for my clients as well, I'm quite lucky that the two clients that I'm working with on my 1 year program, they're doing it separately, obviously. They're in great shape, they go gym. So I don't really need to tell them to go gym, they already do it and they're in great shape. They diet well, they train, they're in great shape. So I don't have to tell them to do that. But a lot of my other clients who are doing a 6 weeks program or a weekend program, I do like to remind my clients, I can't force them, I can only encourage them and educate them, because training, man, it helps so much. When people ask me questions like, does exercising help with social anxiety? I'm like, well, it's a no-brainer, right? I'm being patient. Maybe some people generally don't know the answer to that question. Yes, it does. As a matter of fact, it played a huge part in me overcoming my social anxiety, weightlifting, boxing, training, running, because it gives you confidence and it relaxes you and makes you feel good. It increases self-esteem, gives you a better mental health, and of course it gets you out of the house, and it kind of encourages you to get more comfortable around people. So to anyone on the channel, which is why I've been doing a lot of videos, and I've been on a mission to impact more of my clients and people that follow me, to get you to go to the gym. Because like I said, my goal is not to make a video where people just watch my videos, follow me, and just like and be a fan. It's not really what my aim is for the videos. I really appreciate if people appreciate the work that I do. My goal is to put the videos out. It's very simple. Put the video out, people watch the video, get inspired, and go and take action on their particular fear. Whether it's social anxiety, financial anxiety, going to the gym. I've pretty much named all the fears that people have on this channel. People are afraid of money on this channel, they're afraid of business, afraid of people, they're afraid of public speaking, they're afraid of dating, they're afraid to speak more. You know, to go out into the world and live your dreams. You know, all these separate areas. Yeah, so the harder you work, the more patient you become. Isn't that fascinating? Think about that for a second. The harder you work, the more patient you become. The more you procrastinate, the more you do nothing, the more you allow your fears to get the better of you, the more impatient you become. I can explain why. Because you're not happy, you're resentful because you're not making progress. And there is a consequence to that, and impatience comes of that, where you're not at ease with yourself because you can't relax psychologically, emotionally, because you've got nothing to be, well, there's always something to be grateful for, right? But you understand what I'm saying in the context of what we're talking about today. Overcoming social anxiety, building confidence, achieving your goals, becoming successful, becoming a better person, and living the life that you want. So the more you do, the better you feel. Like what one of you said earlier, you know, the more kindness you give to others, the more you give, generally the more you get back. The more you are unkind, you know, the more negativity you're going to experience in your life. So that will be it today. I think I've nailed it in the last 34 minutes, just to simplify it. So homework and exercises, sit down. We're in April now, make a commitment to 1 year. And if you're not going to make the commitment, then that's your choice. You have to live with the consequences of procrastinating. And ask yourself, how much more time do you want to waste? Because time's going. We're not getting any younger. You know, we can't. No one can beat time and age. It comes to all of us. But what we do in that time is what counts. That is within your power. Sit down. Write out what your goals are within overcoming your social anxiety. commit to 1 year. If you can't do it on your own and you're interested in getting my confidence coaching, my mentorship, and you're applying for my 1 year program, send me an email. I'll get back to you and we'll get on a phone call or a Zoom call and we'll see if we can work together and I can have a chat with you and find out a bit more about you, what your goals are. Hi there, Childish Duke. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Is that correct, right? You're at university and it's tough and you want to quit and focus on building a company. It's a great idea. It's a great idea. No one's stopping you other than yourself. So that's a wonderful idea. As I said earlier, I don't know if you was on the live stream, one of my clients who's doing my 1 year program now, he was at university and he's graduated now, but he didn't want to do a regular job or continue. He wanted to set his own business up and he's done it with my help. We've successfully done it together. He did it with my coaching. So if he can do it, then I don't see why you can't if you're committed. And as I said, no one's stopping you other than yourself. Yeah, on my coaching, I work with people that are all different ages. One of my clients was at university. He's a graduate now, but he didn't want to continue on his academic. You're very welcome on his academic. Are you new to the channel, by the way? I'm always fascinated how people have reached me. I've never seen your name. If you are, let me know. How did you find the video so I can help more people? Because I've got regular followers on here that I really appreciate. And there's people that are new. We're trying to make a bigger impact, get out to more people. Because there's so many millions of men at the moment around the world that are suffering with this anxiety, social anxiety. So the more we spread the message, the more it helps everybody. By the way, guys, if you've got any other questions. Oh, is it? Oh, I appreciate that, man. No, some of you, your names are new and I don't recognize them. So you've been following me and I didn't know you. You've been following me. Oh, I really appreciate that. You've been with me for a long time. Thank you. Any questions you guys have got, let me know. I'll make videos or I'll make more live streams. But hopefully everyone on the stream today really understood the lesson that I was teaching, which is really simple, really. And it's the idea of getting past the fear of committing to something for 1 year so you can get great results. And in today's, what we're talking about is, the goal is, how can we crush social anxiety? And we can do that in 1 year. Of course, you can take that into any area of life. You could say, well, could I apply that to business? Absolutely. If you said, I want to dedicate 1 year to starting a business and getting the business up and running and making money, you could do that. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've always appreciated, it takes courage to comment. Some people are scared to comment because they're worried that they're going to, it takes courage, I appreciate everyone who comments. I've got a new video going up that I made. Someone asked me the question, how to overcome anxiety on the phone. So I did about 10, 14 minute video on that, explaining. I think a lot of you will like that video. But yeah, as I was saying, so it's today's goal is educating people on the fact that they can really succeed at overcoming social anxiety. And I know it's hard. I understand. I've been through it, but that doesn't mean you can't do it. Because I did it, and anyone can do it. My clients are doing it. I've been helping them for years to do it, and the recent clients are doing it. And many people on this channel are doing it, but many of you are not doing it because you're not aware that you can, or you're not in the right mindset. And as I said earlier, your relationship with time is negative. Yeah, and that's holding you back, because it's not wanting to commit. And fear does that if you let it. Puts fear into you and makes you feel, it's a big mountain, it's going to take me 1 year to climb that mountain, I'd rather put it off and let me watch Netflix, I can't deal with that right now. That's what keeps you stuck, rather than saying, yeah, it is a big mountain, but let's just take one step at a time let's just climb a little bit of it. And then when it gets too overwhelming, we can stop for a rest. And that's what I do with my clients. Now I make a joke with my client Phil, and I say, look, if the bar's getting too heavy when you're benching, take a couple of plates off, lighten the bar up until you're ready to put more weight on. So we joke around, he laughs. It's a metaphor for, you know, if you're feeling pressure and stress because of success, responsibility, or your anxieties, then have a bit of a rest, get your breath back, get your courage together, have a break. There's nothing wrong with having a day off to recover, and then come back at it again, you know, get back into the fight. How can one overcome people and situations that drain and cause confusion in life? I think I know what you mean, but could you explain that? That's very, very broad, the question. If you could be specific, then I can answer your question better for you. I could even do a video for you on that. So what are you saying in your question? You're saying how to deal with people that drain you, that are negative, that stress you out, in social situations. Is that your question? Well, just a few things off the bat. Try and reduce your time with anyone that's negative and toxic. Sometimes you can't help it. You've got to interact with certain people. But, you know, exercise. If you exercise regularly and you're fit, you won't be as drained as people. They won't stress you out as much because the training is therapy. It heals you. It gives you strength, makes you lighter. So I would say that. And I would also say it's important to have good relationships in your life, or if you haven't got them, build them by being honest, treating people how you would expect to be treated. So if you've got some good relationships in your life, if you're exercising regularly, you're not going to be as affected by other people. They're not going to drain you as much and cause you, as you said, confusion in your life. Okay, well, if they say that you're delusional and they hate you, I'm going to say a quote from Les Brown. Look, it's good to sometimes reflect on yourself and, you know, ask yourself how you can be a better person. Sometimes we've got to check in and look at ourselves and see, are we behaving correctly? Are you being kind? But never let someone's opinion of you become your reality, because people can easily take on labels, and, you know, that's the whole story of my journey and many people. Yeah, the exercising will help a lot. Yeah, I'm just taking in the comments in your question, guys. I'm gonna make some videos on these questions, answering them for you. Yeah, that's a big part of getting over social anxiety, is not letting someone's opinion of you defeat you. And that was the challenge for me, because like I said in my last videos, most of social anxiety comes from bullying, if not all of it, as a matter of fact. And bullying is either verbal or physical or both. So someone's called you a name and you feel they're right, and you've got to shrug that off, you know, because we've all been called horrible names growing up. But if we believe those names that we've been called, then we're going to create an identity out of it. So example, many people have been called stupid growing up. I was one of them, and I used to believe I was, until I later realized I wasn't stupid, I was very intelligent. So I created an identity around that, and my life went better. So you've got to have that strength. Yeah, it's rebuilding your confidence to get past these labels. You've got to make progress in your life. I'm going to make a video. I appreciate your comments, Childish Duke, because I was trying to figure out how I can help more people on the channel and really what's going on. All right, guys, we're going to finish up today. Done about 45 minutes, so hope you've enjoyed the stream. Do get in contact for mentorship if you are interested, and keep following the channel. Keep practicing the things I've said throughout this stream and the videos. I'm going to make more videos. Appreciate all of you coming on. It was great to talk to you. So yeah, you know, change your relationship with time, with the 1 year. Commit to it. Set goals. Hold yourself accountable. And if you can't do it, invest in a mentor. All right. Have a great day, guys. I'll speak to you soon.